We're going to talk about figuring out the right size wrap for your cat. So one of the most important measurements we're working with is the base of the neck, so at the bottom of the neck closest to the shoulders, to the base of the tail. So for this cat, I'm measuring from here to here, which is about 10 inches. So not so much the width or the girth of your cat is important so much as the length. So we have 4 sizes of wraps, okay? So the kitten size has a 13-inch zipper. We're really looking for cats not to be longer than about 10 inches. And that looks like this is going to be a big wrap for this cat, except that you need to have a lot of room to get the cat in without having to manipulate it too much, and then to be able to scoop the back part up over their hind end without them feeling too confined. So we want them to get in sort of the bag part before we can then swaddle them down and get that custom sizing for them. So the kitten size is really for kittens, not for old cats that are really skinny, but for the shorter kitten. This is more the small size. The small size is more for those older geriatric cats who are still a pretty normal length, but have lost a lot of their muscle as they've gotten older. And so this is more, I'd say, for like the 3 to 7 pound cat. And its zipper is 16 inches long, and we don't really want them to be much longer than maybe 13 inches, 12 or 13 inches, because it gives us plenty of room to get in. Now this one was designed for the geriatric cat, so it's much narrower so that we don't have as much fabric to work with to sort of cinch them down when you get the wings tightened up around them. So the small is really for the geriatric cat that's a normal length, but is more like a 3, 4, or 5 pound cat. I can go as high probably as 6 pounds, 6, 7 pounds in the small. This is the medium size. The medium is the one that's for most cats. And so this one has an 18-inch zipper. So we really want it for cats that are about no longer than about 15 inches from the neck to the tail. Because again, that gives us all of this extra space, right? We don't want this to be a really snug fit to get into. Once we're in it, we're gonna make it snug. So if I get this cat's neck wrapped, I don't wanna be struggling to make this cat fit in the back. I want this big wide area, and that was done on purpose. So then I can get them snuggled in with the swaddle part that's really going around their thorax. That's the part that we want tight, and that's the part that we have with the customizable Velcro to do that with. And then lastly, we have the large size, and this is really for, I will put small dogs in the medium, but I'll put the small dogs in this size. I'll put the Maine Coons, the 20-pound cats, the bigger than that cats, 30 pounds even into this. And so this one has a 22-inch zipper, or 21-inch zipper. So again, this is gonna get you all the rest of your cats. But this was designed with this big hind end because we want that ease of getting it over them. And then with most of their body tucked up there, then we can swaddle it down tightly. And that's why it's so important for us. When we put this on, I talk about having them tucked up in the front. So if they're naturally not in the front, then I will kind of milk them and squeeze them up into the front because I want them to be like this in the front of the wrap, sort of with their legs underneath them in what I sort of call the Bambi position. And if I can tuck them up, and most cats kind of want to leap forward, it tucks their legs up nicely, and that allows this big broad band of pressure to be swaddled down over them, and that's where we get the comforting aspect of the wrap. So I hope that sizing helps, and certainly if you have any questions about the sizing of your cat, definitely shoot us an email.